Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell Hodson. Since opening just 2.5 years ago, First Dawn Food Pantry, located at Centerville United Methodist Church, has served 10,000 people more than 90,000 meals. That is an incredible number. Here to tell us more about this wonderful program is Tiffany Moehl, who is the executive director, and I must add you're a volunteer there at the food pantry as well, right?
Yes.
So this is, first of all, the numbers, Tiffany, are just amazing when you think there's that much hunger in this area, and I think people might be surprised to know that.
I agree, and actually within Centerville, about 45 to 50% of the people that we do serve are from Centerville, 458 and 459.
Because the program actually services certain zip codes, so basically we're talking about the area just south, all south of Dayton,
right,
and neighborhoods when they come. And tell us about how the program got started, because as I said, you've just been opened 2.5 years, and yet what an incredible impact you've made on our community.
Well, thank you. So a cry came from our pastor asking for help with the food program that was currently there, Food for Tots and Food for Summer. And I just honestly felt like my heart was broken by the idea that possibly that the food program could go away. So my husband and I immediately started researching food pantries, and we decided that a choice pantry, which is when you can come in and shop, would be a really good way for us to help the community, because there are so many that are living paycheck to paycheck and the working poor. We think of Centerville as an affluent community, but there are also so many people that move to Centerville because the school system is so amazing, and they'll do anything to have their children in the school system, even sacrifice possibly meals. So when we started, we had zero budget. We just had a dream and a plan and a vision from...
A good place to start, though, a dream and a plan.
It really is. I really felt like God had just implanted this idea that we needed 2 refrigerators and a freezer and some shelving, and the rest would work itself out. The Boy Scouts were actually our very first donation. They are the ones that got us up off the ground. And then we got shelving units anonymously donated so that we could start our very first day, where we had a very small shopping area with a couple refrigerators and a couple of shelves. And from there we've just grown. We've taken over an entire 3 rooms down in the basement, and we're also spilling out into the main area.
And we're showing a photo there of the pantry. So you were saying this is a unique program in that folks who come can actually shop and select the type of items that they want to take home.
That's correct. So we have different categories, and everyone can pick out food based on their family size, and then you get choices on the shelving, so you can pick out what your family likes or what their needs are, dietary needs. That way you're getting things that your family will like, as opposed to just having to eat something just because that's what's on your shelf at home.
And I would imagine that you're seeing a lot of first-time people who have never had to ask for help before as well, and that's really hard too.
It's very hard. The amount of people that we are serving, our neighbors that come in embarrassed, they come in with tears in their eyes, and we just pick them up and love on them and let them know that that's okay. We're here for them as long as they need us. They can come once a month, and that there's no shame in that. We pride ourselves on serving with dignity, and I believe that the neighbors really know that that's why we're there, is to give them love and dignity.
Well, let's talk about how it works. So if you are in need of food, and you do have a list of certain zip codes, but basically we're saying it is primarily south of Dayton,
right? All
those zip codes that we talked about Centerville 45458, 45459, 40 and 29 are big parts of who you serve. But how would I go about getting started?
So we have a system where when you come into the church, you come down to the basement.
And this would be on Thursdays, right?
This is on Thursday evenings.
Okay.
We open the doors to the public at 6 o'clock. We open the doors to the church about 5:15. That gives people a chance to come out of the weather, regardless of hot or cold. Then we have a hospitality area where we offer drinks and snacks. And then you come in and you're given a registration card and a number. And you take that and you fill out your registration card, and when your number is called, then you go up to the registration desk. We get all your information. You have to sign electronically saying that you need the program. And then you're given actually an Uno card. We have 4 different colors, and based on family size, that's how you get your card. Okay. And then you wait to have your first name called. A shopper would call your name, they introduce themselves, and then they go ahead and they take you inside the pantry and help you make your selections on the categories based on family size. So the bigger the family, the more food you would receive. And we actually do 3 days. So each family member receives 3 meals for 3 days. And that's our choice pantry.
Wow, that's great. And you can come every week?
Once a month.
Once a month, but you're open every week?
Correct.
Okay.
And we're not sticky about 30 days in between. So if it's the last week of one month and then the first week of another month, it's important to us to allow families to choose what's best for them and the timing of receiving their food.
So where does this food come from?
Gosh, it comes from all places. One of our biggest partnerships is the Dayton Food Bank. They're absolutely amazing. So we actually receive a truck full of food every Tuesday morning. We have an amazing Tuesday morning ministry team that gets there at 8 a.m. and the truck comes and they unload the truck and then they cart all of it downstairs to the basement and put it all away. It's a couple-hour process. So I do the ordering every week, and then, like I said, they come and they bring it. We also have partnerships with Bill's Donuts. They have a barrel that you can take items.
We might have a picture of it, or I know we talk about it, but when you walk into Bill's, you see the big barrel.
You do.
There. Mm-hmm.
So people can drop off there 24/7. And that's really nice. And then people hold drives for us. Like Incarnation is having a drive. They'll be coming the last Sunday of this month. They do that every year, where they come bring us. Last year, I believe it was 2,100 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, this morning, a gentleman from the Washington Township Rec Center brought us 500 cans that they had collected over the holiday season, so he brought them all to us. Quite a few people, especially around the holidays, do food drives for us. That's probably a huge area of where we get our items as well. And then we also do some shopping. We have a budget now where we are able to go to Aldi's and Dollar Tree and supplement in any of the items that we're low on the shelving.
Is there a particular list if somebody wanted to donate food, or if a group wanted to go out and collect for you all? How would you find that out?
The best way to find that out, the needs of, let's say, the week or the month, would be to actually email me.
Okay.
But as a rule, we always need breakfast items. We always need canned meats. Chef Boyardee is something that everybody loves that we have a hard time keeping on the shelves. Canned beans. And then another thing that we have within the pantry are dignity items. Those are toothbrushes, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner.
So kind of personal items that people
Yes.
might need.
And also, we also have household items to help clean the house. Toilet paper, paper towels. Toilet paper is really hard to keep on the shelves. But those items that are actually not covered by SNAP, so we feel that it's necessary to offer those dignity items because then neighbors are able to keep their money for things that they need, like rent or gas, and we're able to provide some of the items that are not covered by SNAP.
Okay, so a good place to go would be, you can email First On Food Pantry at 4cumc.org to talk to Tiffany so you can find out maybe what you could need. But is there, I would imagine that no donation is too small.
Not at all.
Because someone could probably use whatever. We're talking about new items that would be in packaging. You talked about canned foods. Is it non-perishable items the best to bring?
The general rule is yes, non-perishable items. Now, when we get into the summertime, we do have gracious neighbors that pick from their garden and bring it. It is the freshest because they literally pick it at 4:30. It's at our church by like 5:15. So gardens are wonderful in the summer. Occasionally we have people that would like to donate a whole turkey or a whole ham. The rule with that, as long as there's a best by date on it and it has stayed frozen, then we would take that item as well. And we also actually take baby items. Those are really hard to keep. I know my kids grew really fast, and if you have diapers that are partially opened, but your kiddo grew overnight, we would also take those and we would package those up and put those on the shelves to help our neighbors as well.
So really, it's our everyday products that we use, I guess, from morning till night.
Right.
Including food and other items as well. So this is every month you can go. It's offered every Thursday, but you also have a special dinner once a month on Thursday as well.
That's correct. So we also, little over a year ago, were able to provide the opportunity of Grace's Place.
Because you just didn't have enough going on with the shopping market. Now you're going to have a free meal.
Right. So Grace's Place, it's a community gathering table where anybody from the community is welcome. It's a place for us to sit down together, break bread, have fellowship, and the nice thing is we do all the cooking and we do all the dishes. So if you're a busy mom or a busy family, you can also come and take advantage of the fact that we provide a monthly meal, because like I said, it's very important that the community come together regardless of income or religion or any of that we come together and just love on each other as neighbors in the community.
And is that something that you need to register for in advance, or you can just show up?
You can absolutely just show up.
Okay, and give us the day and time for that again.
So that's going to be every third Thursday from 6 to 7:30, and that's going to be the level above where the food pantry is. It's actually called Fellowship Hall.
Okay, and all of this takes place right now at Centerville United Methodist Church.
Correct.
And you said you're growing by leaps and bounds, but
we are.
That doesn't mean you'll ever turn down a donation, right?
No.
You'll find space for it.
Absolutely.
When we first started talking, you mentioned Food for Tots and Food for Summer, and people may not be familiar with that program. I know they're both terrific programs, and you were saying from that came this food program. Tell us a little bit about those.
So Food for Tots and Food for Summer, it is a program that is given only to Centerville City School students. The idea behind this program is to help fill in the gaps. Some of the children during the school year do get those items put in their backpacks, but we also find that some of the smaller children that aren't in school yet, they still need a little bit more, or high school students that may not want something put in their book bag. Perhaps they're embarrassed. Our church is a place for them to come to pick up those bags now, and that's once a week. They can come pick up those bags from us. It's snack items. It's a supplement to help you through the weekend. Macaroni and cheese,
so individually packaged as well, right?
Yes.
What if a group wants to volunteer or an individual? Are you looking for more volunteers?
We are always looking for volunteers. The best thing to do is to email firstonfoodpantry@4cumc.org, or if you're wanting to get more like on our schedule for like a Thursday evening during pantry hours, Cindy, our office administrator, she's actually in charge of our schedule now. So she would be at info@4cumc.org, and you can call the church and talk to her.
So families or individuals, groups, clubs could all come and volunteer.
Yes.
And do food drives as well.
Yes.
Right?
We love food drives.
That's really helpful. For people who may be watching and maybe need a little boost, what can you tell someone? You were saying you're treated with dignity. It's really a family community event.
What I would like to say is that we all go through rough patches. There are times when we all need a little extra help, and the fact that we're able in the community to provide something, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. We would love to love on you, and we are there to help you just get through the rough times.
Oh, that's beautifully stated, and you're right. Everybody has a rough patch, and I'm sure you have people who come back as volunteers and help.
They do.
They've been helped as well. Thank you so much for sharing. For more information, you can visit 4cumc.org. You can also call the City of Centerville at 433-7151. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.